Kevin Van Ord, you know what we just saw?
Shaun McInnis, I do.
Assassin's Creed 3 during the Ubisoft press conference, and I think it suffices to say that we were both pretty impressed by that demo.
Very impressed. I mean, what do? You take Assassin's Creed out of the city, you put it in the wilderness, and you know it's what happens is a crapshoot. But I think we feel pretty confident in the future.
I mean, one of the most impressive things about Assassin's Creed 3 is that they can take, you know, just the core essence of what Assassin's Creed 3 is, move it to a completely different environment, just a completely different look and feel to the world around you. You know, you being out there in the wilderness, and you're still moving around like a crazy agile assassin. You're still running from like tree branch to tree branch, sort of stalking your prey. In this case, a deer instead of a Templar. But eventually you do kill some Templars later on. And it was crazy. It just like, it works so well, and at the same time, it looks so fresh.
Absolutely. And part of the thing that's amazing to me is, I mean, one of the wonders of Assassin's Creed has always been when you're jumping around and climbing on stuff, it never feels like it's there for you to platform on. It just feels like it's organically there, and it just so happens that you're so awesome that you can do all this stuff. Now, instead of buildings, you've got trees, but nothing looks, you know, like it's artificially laid out for you. You know, it really feels like this is how trees look. It just so happens that I'm amazing, and I can jump across them, and I can do all these wonderful acrobatics, and you know, and then assassinate from above. But it's not just human targets we have to worry about anymore.
It's inhuman targets.
Inhuman targets, but not the undead. We don't mean that.
No, not zombies. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, and so you have wildlife out there in the woods, which is a very interesting element of that game, because you are, it's something that I wrote about in my preview that went up today. You are not only the hunter, you are the hunted. So you go there and you attack that deer with your little tomahawk, and then suddenly you realize, holy shit, there's a pack of wolves circling me right now.
Yep.
It's a little bit crazy.
And you know, we did see an example of more traditional Assassin's Creed combat, and we saw Connor with his tomahawk. Very clearly, the Assassin's Creed symbol is the same shape as that tomahawk, and you know you do see a little bit of that weirdness with the enemies standing around waiting for you to chop them up.
Yeah, I mean, if you could lob one criticism at that demo, it's that the combat, if you didn't like it in previous Assassin's Creed games, you're probably not going to like this version of it, because it still maintains that very just almost ridiculously easy quality where you're only taking on one guy and all his buddies are just sort of like standing around like, oh, do I attack you now? Oh, no, not yet. I'll wait for that other guy to die, and then I'll volunteer myself to die.
But it's always been about the rhythm of stringing together these particular combos and making it look real cool. And then you saw some storytelling in there as well. At one point, and at the very end actually, that really stood out. As you sort of descend upon your target, you see the Templar symbol, and then you start to see the world peel away. And there was no indication. We didn't see anything with Desmond. We don't know anything about what's going on with the Animus, how any of that stuff is involved at this stage. But I know your thoughts on the Desmond story as you compare less.
Desmond has never been what interests me about Assassin's Creed. I would be just fine if it was only the historical stuff.
Yeah, but I'm anxious to see sort of how Desmond's story is going to be playing into this. Also of note is how the seasons will be changing throughout the game.
Yeah, and the different environments as well. They teased it with the trailer there, but you know, we saw Connor on top of this church tower in Boston. So there is going to be that sort of classical Assassin's Creed rooftop traversal as well.
Yeah, I would miss if they got rid of it, sort of the getting to the top of a tower and synchronizing your environments. There's always a wonderful musical cue there, and I would miss that if it were gone, because that's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed 3 is looking pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I think Shaun and I, big Assassin's Creed fans, you can sort of tell. I think we're happy with what we see.
I don't have a tattoo though, just kind of.
No.